was the first Iranian to celebrate the 4th of July? You'll be surprised. On the 4th of July, many of us Iranian Americans can feel a bit conflicted. And not just because there's kubida on the grill instead of hot dogs. Growing up, I always felt that the 4th of July wasn't really my holiday. My Anglo-American friends would talk about how they had ancestors going back centuries in America. And I felt left out. That changed when I learned about Hajj Sayyah. Hajj Sayyah, or Traveler Haji, was a 19th century Iranian political activist and reformer. His name tells us he did the Hajj pilgrimage, but that was just the start of his travels. To avoid being forced to marry his cousin, he fled to Georgia, which was then the start of Europe. From there, he sent a forged letter claiming that he had died, so his family wouldn't look for him. From there, he went westward into Europe and met the likes of Giuseppe Garibaldi and Otto von Bismarck. I could make a whole class just about his travels in Europe alone. But he didn't stop there. Hajj Sayyah was a traveler, and Iranians had already been to Europe. He wanted to go where no Iranian had been before. So in the 1860s, he boarded a boat bound for New York. He lived in America for almost a decade and met then President Ulysses S. Grant several times. Sayyah must have liked America more than Europe because he opted to stay. He even became a citizen, which wasn't technically legal at the time because Sayyah wasn't European. There must have been an exception made, perhaps by Sayyah's personal friend, the president. Sayyah was a modernist and reformer. That's what inspired his travels. So ultimately, he had to go back to Iran and convey what he had learned. After 2 decades of travel, he returned home. Sayyah was dismayed to find that Iran was in the grips of the same poverty and oppression that it had been when he left. Sayyah and other Iranians who were inspired by the West began to petition the Qajar monarch to submit himself to a constitution. For his participation in the constitutional revolution, he was sent to political prison. Then Sayyah did what any American does when they're imprisoned abroad. He called the US embassy. Then the Iranian government discovered that Sayyah was an American citizen, which was a controversy. At the time, citizenship wasn't just a paperwork game. It was seen as a genuine oath of allegiance. For an Iranian to swear allegiance to any other king would have been a controversy alone. But even worse, Sayyah had sworn allegiance to a non-Muslim power. It was because of this episode in Sayyah's own memoirs that we know he was probably the first Iranian American. So on this 4th of July, remember, we are not new to America. If you want to learn the Persian language for free, see the class in my bio.